Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashim Chakodash. There was an apostles of great millstone, and Shalom to brothers and highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we're finding that number to be delivered. Alright? So I'm just going to get right into it, right? And I'm going to say this. Any and everybody who uses this sign has the belief and understanding that the Lord has only sent his word to the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. And I'm going to say it again. Any and everyone who uses this sign believes and understands that the Lord's word is only sent to the children of Israel, of the 12 tribes. Period. All right? There's no other way around this. If you're preaching this word and you're using this sign, you are now in a contract with Yahweh Shem Yahushai that his word is only going out to the children of Israel. All right? So from there, let's go to Ezekiel 37. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 16. And it says, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah, and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick, and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions, and join them one to another unto one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. All right? Nowhere does it say, and nowhere in the scriptures does it say, take a stick and write upon it for the heathen. All right? There's no instructions anywhere in the scriptures that talk about writing or reaching out or teaching the true heathens that are out there. Verse 19. It says, And say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. Okay? So this is pretty much the roadmap and the instructions that the Lord has given us. Let me open it up a little bit and read the rest of that. And it says, verse 20, And the stick whereon thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes. And say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and will bring them into their own land. Okay? The Lord said he was going to take us from among the heathen. Okay? So that right there is crystal clear that the heathen is not a part of this, as some men would believe. And this belief has been, this belief has been in the minds of the people for years. Okay? I read it again. It says, And the stick whereon thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes. And say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king over them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. All right. And this is why when we're out there on the highways and byways teaching this word and breaking it down, when all the people come up, and again, the Lord has strategically designed this sign so that the children of Israel, when they come up, they see their nationality. Right? So when they see their nationality, now let me get to the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. Verse 18. And it says, and when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Okay. So that's the crux of what we're dealing with here. So when the heathens come up, they're going to look at the sign and they're going to be like, well, we don't see ourselves up there. Well, shit, clearly it's not for you. But when the children of Israel come up, and the way the Lord has designed this sign, they're going to see, oh, I'm from Brazil, Asher. Okay, what's that mean? What is this? But when a Hamite comes up, or what have you, or Somalian, or whomever, they come up and they say, well, sheesh, I might as well keep it pushing. All right, but that's not to say though. That's not to say. Let's go here. That's not to say that when the actual heathens do come up and they inquire and they start, giving a little detail about their lineage or whom their father was. All right. The Lord has also given us instruction to do this. This is 1 John 4 in verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit, whether they be but try the spirit, whether they are of the Most High. All right. Now again, when people come up, and we ain't afraid to speak to anybody, we try the spirit. And one of the main thoughts that always comes to mind is when the brother came up to Zabak's camp years ago, and he was I think he was raised as an Ammonite, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. But you can tell he had a little swag to him, so on and so forth. And he said to Zabak, after they was screaming, you trying to slip into the kingdom or something he was saying. The man said, I'm raising my son off of those very same precepts, And then he went on further to say, well, listen, what y'all are preaching, if that's the word of the Lord, I can't fight against that. But through the Spirit, I speak for myself on this one. Many brothers have seen it, and I'm sure many brothers can come to the same conclusion. But I speak for myself on this one. I believe that man was an Israelite. Okay? So again, when the word goes out, it's not that, we're matter of factly, excluding the heathen. No, because we try the spirit. And if certain things, the spirit reveals certain things, then, we come to that conclusion, like, hope and pray that you are Israelite. We can make a predetermination just by saying, you could possibly be an Israelite. But at the end of the day, it's not up to us. It's up to the reapers. When the Lord sent them reapers at that time. But know first and foremost that this word is to the children of Israel and to the children of Israel only. And if there is a person who may have grown up under whatever, whatever nationality of people they have been around or what country, it still does not disqualify them, because if they're Israelites, they're Israelites. Bottom line. Right? And this is why we then proceed to examine, inquire, examine. All right? From there, let me go to this is Matthew 10. All right? Now let me start at 2. Matthew 10 and chapter 10 verse 2. It says, Now the names of the 12 apostles are these: the first, Simon, who is called Peter, Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname is Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betray him. Now the point, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the ways of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right? So these 12 men, okay, whom the Lord commanded, he commanded these men to go not into the way of the Gentiles. Who are these Gentiles that the Lord is referring to? The actual other nations. Okay? But more importantly is this. These men who were given this commandment, right? When they all parted ways, excuse me, when they all parted ways to go do this work, right? They taught other men who came under them the very same instructions. Okay? And when those men found men, they taught them men those same instructions. All right? But the point is this: those instructions were followed by true and faithful men right up until present day. Right up until present day, as we sit out there on the highways and byways teaching. Okay? So the Lord has not changed his stance when it came to teaching who? The lost sheep of the house of Israel. He hasn't changed his stance. They knew they understood the job at that time as we understand the job in this time. Okay? The message was crystal clear. And so much so, even more so at that time, when these men were doing these things, there was no confusion about, the other nations. There was no confusion. The only argument was that the Israelites who were living as other nations were considered just that, those to be of the other nations. You see? It's a very simple process here. All right? From there, let me go to this is Mark chapter 16 verse 15, right? And it says, and this is Yahushua speaking now. And he said unto them, who's the them? His disciples. Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. And this is another scripture that they, these individuals out there in the world, Christians, other Israelites, all these people want to use this scripture to try to solidify the fact that all nations can be saved, right? But again, what happens is, when people lose touch of the basics and take the English language at face value, you'll get these understandings of this world. You'll get the understanding of this world. All right. So let's examine this a little further. This is Mark 16 and 15, right? So let's go down to the blue letter. Okay, the interlinear. This is Mark 16 and 15. And let's read it. And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. So first, let's go into that word world. Very common word. Very common. All right. And Lord and behold, what word is that? Cosmos. All right. G2889. Cosmos. Now, this word is more famous when we use it in John 3:16. All right. But it's the very same word. Because we have to hammer the point home when we use it. Because everybody, wants to believe that word world is talking about any and everybody who's willing to hear and to be ready included into this thing of ours. And that's what you get when you look at the English language at face value. This is what you get, this type of understanding. All right? And to the point where I don't even really need to go into the definition of the word cosmos. But as you see, roughly an adapt harmonious arrangements of constitution, order, government, ornament, decoration, or adornment, i.e. arrangement of the stars of heavenly host as the ornament of the heavens. And you can go to 1 Peter 3 and 3, but also the book of Deuteronomy 1 and 10. And it gives pretty much the same exact language that we're reading here. And when you go to Deuteronomy 1 and 1, these be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. So there's really no way around this. There's no, let me settle down here. There's really no way around it, man. It's just not meant for everybody. It's not. All right. So therefore, going back to Mark 16 and 15, and he said unto them, Go ye unto all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. And when you get into that word creature, people sometimes get real simple about it. But we've all been created. Okay? And again, these writings, there was no confusion with these writings at the time. Okay? The men understood the assignment. The apostles and disciples, they all understood the assignment. As the Lord has said. Let me get it. As the Lord had said in verse 6, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. There's no instruction about going anywhere else. So when the disciples and apostles and the men of the Lord ventured off into these different locations, they understood that they were going to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. They understood that. It was commonly known at that time. Right? Let me see. I think that's about it. A quick one. All right. So again, if any and everybody who's using this sign, all right, you must confess. You must confess that the Lord is only seeking and searching out the children of Israel. Point blank, period. All right. Now, there were some other scriptures I was going to get out, but, I believe the point was driven home here. So you need to really think about what you're involved in, and whom the Lord has set up to do his work from the head apostles on down. All right. So with that, Lord willing, I'll see you on another. I say shalom.